Welcome, Virgo. This is your weekly Teroscope reading for August the 29th through to September the 4th, 2016. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And before we begin, I'm just overwhelmed. Thank you so much for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy that you send my way each and every day, especially over this past week. You guys truly rock. Thank you so much. Now let's find out what the energy is going to be for you. I'm expecting beautiful cards to appear because there is so much wonderful in your sign this week. We have the new moon solar eclipse happening in your sign. Jupiter's still there. Mercury is going retrograde in your sign, but it's surrounded by a lot of positive energy. So usually I just tremble when the Mercury retrogrades come around. But I think, it's at home. Yeah, that's your ruler. So it's going to bring probably clarity and understanding into your life, seeing things through new eyes. We have the Four of Swords as our first card. King of Pentacles. That's a strong card. Two of Swords. And the Five of Pentacles. So, not as great as I had imagined, that's for sure. But let's look at this energy and before we go on. So we have the Four of Swords as our very first card. Meditation, prayer, alone time, recharging your batteries, unplugging when necessary, watching your health, watching your routines. This is recharging. This is knowing that you need to recharge. This is taking a time out when you need to. This is resting when your body is telling you to. This is also, this is the warrior coming off the battlefield, or the soldier coming from the war. And so they take off their armor, they hang up their weapons, and they lay down, and they start to imagine the future, a new future, unlike anything that they have walked through over the past several months, maybe several years. This is seeing new beginnings, new relationships, new ways of going forward. This is seeing where you can start working charity, perhaps, or giving to the community in some way. This could be your health, your well-being, your fitness. We have the King of Pentacles. Now, the King of Pentacles is a very strong card. It's about building the security of that foundation, that strong home, that castle in the background. And it comes through your thoughts. It comes through your imagination. It comes through new thoughts and your new imaginative approaches to life and what can be and what you can create and who you can become. This is all about well-being. This is all about growing your finances. This is all about acting upon things that are going to bring stability in long term. Now, it is crossed over by the Five of Pentacles. So this tells me that you might get too caught up in a pity party in order to even realize the potential of your tomorrow, or not see the potential that you have inside of you. You sit on the threshold to the door of abundance. You are so close to turning around and realizing where you are and how close that door is, and then you turn that doorknob and it is beautiful going forward. But there is this energy that is pulling you down and making you think that you can't do or can't be or can't become. So please X out the negative this week in your life. Just yell stop at the top of your lungs if you have to. There's a little trick, okay? So let's say the bills are piling up, because it's an easy example. Okay, so the bills are piling up and piling up and piling up, and that's all you see is bills, 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 and I owe. And so you get very negative about, how am I ever going to have that abundance, that future, that great success when I have a mountain of bills. And so every time you open up a bill, a new invoice saying you owe, what happens is your subconscious goes, oh, we can't go forward. We can't go forward because we have to take care of this. And we don't know where that money's coming from, so we don't have enough. So now our brain is starting to think that we lack, we lack, we lack. Every time we see the bill, even if you can pay the bill in full, you still see I lack because you have to pay that out. So when you see a new bill come in, think, what's the one that I used recently? Think of a monkey water skiing with a yellow bandana on. And when you get a bill and you think of a monkey water skiing with a yellow bandana on, you see the monkey water skiing with a little bandana on fast in your mind, and it takes the focus off of the worry and the concern and the stress of that bill sitting in front of you, and it turns it now into, how could a monkey be water skiing? And it gives your brain a new problem, and it takes the focus off of the negative thought, and it kind of gives you a giggle, right? Because I think it'd be kind of funny to see a monkey water skiing with or without the yellow bandana. So, but come up with a catchphrase that comes automatically to mind, and then write it down at first and then just say it aloud. As soon as you look at that bill, also think of something preposterous in your mind. And that will actually turn your energy from this negative, downtrodden, heavy energy into something that is light and joyful. And eventually what will happen is you'll get a bill and you'll laugh because it will be taken care of. Because you're not putting the worry into the lack. The more you put the worry into the lack, the more that energy gets stronger in your life. So you need to change it to an energy of joy, of well-being, of vitality. Do not throw in the towel right now. Please do not throw in the towel right now. The solar eclipse, the new moon, is in your sign. This is brand new beginnings, brand new paths, and yes, you have the Mercury retrograde. You don't want to start new things, but I'm getting a lot of, it's something from the past coming up, but I don't have that for you yet, so I'm not going to throw that in. But we don't want to start brand new things. We don't want to jump in with both feet. We don't want to be signing contracts right now. But it is the growth, right? It's the growth of our thoughts, of our potential. It is taking the time to meditate and pray, to understand what we truly want to come into our lives. Now, we have the Two of Swords here, and I'm kind of getting this perception when I hold up the Two of Swords that we don't want to look at one part of who. It was interesting. I'll be slicing this video together, I guess. It just stopped and started again for absolutely no reason other than it felt like it. So maybe I'm supposed to rethink that, what I just said. Now, it's a part of your life that you don't want to look at, or you don't want to shine a light on, or you want to push to the wayside, or you don't want to deal directly with it. And it's time to be honest with yourself and maybe look at a flaw and understand why that flaw is holding you back. It could be a thought process. If somebody has always told you that you're not good enough, you're not going to feel like you are good enough, even though it was a lie that they said. It's just because you keep replaying it in your mind that it has become a reality. So it's looking at those walls this week. It's understanding where you hold yourself back. Now the Star card for the underlying energy. So be very aware that if you are open to it, God, your angels, your spirit guides, the universe will show you the way forward in your deepest dreams, your desires, your passions. This is an underlying energy. This takes no work from you except for being observant. Understanding that you will see the signs, you will see the signals, that things will pop into your head, that you'll just walk in on conversations that you're like, I was just in the right place at the right time kind of thing. And it just opened up that door of opportunity for me. But really, it is all the work and all the energy that you've been putting into wanting to step into that path. Maybe it was once upon a time ago, maybe it was in the recent past, but you brought in that energy, and now God, your angels, your spirit guides, the universes are going to show you how it is. There's a tangible plan in order to go forward. There's a will, there's a way. We have the Knight of Pentacles as our overriding energy, so it's the slow and steady path. It's thinking through each step. It's knowing exactly where we're going and taking each step with confidence. We have the Fool with the Page of Pentacles. So the Fool is a brand new path forward. And yes, this truly, I mean, one exceptionally wonderful card, considering the energy that is in your first house right now. The Fool is, you know, you've come full circle. It's time to go into new pathways. It's time to step into new adventures. And, you know, you look inside this crystal ball kind of thing. You're holding a pentacle like it's a crystal ball, and you're trying to see the future. I think part of it is, because we have this card here, you have to see the Two of Swords. You have to see where the sacrifice needs to be. In order to go forward, there's doors that have to close. There's energies we have to walk away from. There's new decisions to be made. There's new routines to implement. There's new balance to be had. So you're looking forward into the new beginnings and what can be and the possibilities, but you're also looking at what's the sacrifice involved. Am I willing to make that sacrifice? Am I in this completely? Is there a part of me holding back? Why am I holding back? Where is the procrastination coming from? What is it going to take for me to essentially step off that cliff and start my new beginnings? For work, career, we have the Sun. Oh, this is a time where you feel alive, vibrant, full of vitality. Health is good, or better than it has been at least. Okay, I heard a little murmur of, oh, I'm feeling lousy. Don't worry, you'll feel better this week. You'll feel like you have energy. You will feel like there's a confidence about you. There's a strength about you. This is about taking the leadership role in your life, your independence. This is the I Am card. This is feeling that light, that energy, that vibration raises and it attracts those opportunities, that beauty into your life that you want. So whatever it is that you want to step into, pay attention for it to be showing up. Absolutely. Believe that you have this, that you can do this, that you can go forward. Because this is really a time to plant the seeds in your, especially, you know, in your mind, because of the first two cards we had here. I think it's more of the thought process going forward than the actual action. For love and relationships, we have the Two of Pentacles. We might need to see where the balance needs to be when it comes to our relationships. Where the imbalance is in the relationship. What will bring it into balance. So there could be heart-to-heart talks here, absolutely, about the relationship, about the needs, the wants, the desires of each of you. And listening to each of you so that you understand where the other person is coming from. Of what their expectations are as well as yours. This could be energy where either you or your partner are spending too much time outside of the relationship and not enough time within the relationship. So it's time to back it up. It's time to recuperate, relax, have those quiet moments together. So plan a quiet night alone. Absolutely. New relationships. I think if a new relationship came along, you would see more of where the imbalance is really fast if there was an imbalance, or it could bring in the balance that you need. Maybe you feel like there's an emptiness in you, that there's a hole to be filled, that there is space within your heart for another right now, and so that person will come in and bring in that balance. But I kind of get the feeling that it's your balance that you have to work on within relationships. Are you too giving within a relationship? Are you too do you nitpick it within a relationship? Do you have to have things in a certain way or a certain order or a certain design? Do you have to know everything about them before you can give them your trust? You know, there's an imbalance here, and you really need to look at that. You know, I keep thinking back to this card, right, where there's a part of you that you don't want to see, and this is a week where you need to see it so you can heal that you can forgive yourself, that you can move forward from it with the strength. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.